Due to the emergence of the Covid-19 pandemic, many organizations have undergone significant changes in their operations and technology. This study aims to provide a comprehensive view of the various factors that affect society and the business environment from a lot of perspectives. A sharp change in the usual way of life of people, social distancing and forced digitalization of production and services to the information management system. The initial goal of this research is to assess the states of information management's communicative performance in the face of a global pandemic.
I will explain about the impact of information management in the pandemic era, but from education perspective. As we know that the rapidity of this world nowadays has actually caused the modern world to require an organized and efficient information management system, where this information management system act as a provider in ensuring and to make sure the operation management and decision making runs smoothly and orderly. And paying more attention to this field is actually a very good step for a better growth of this country, where it actually can help to develop sophistication and interest to the public to be more literate with the technology nowadays. We are also aware that since the pandemic happens, the management of every education institution need to catch up with the drastic changes occur and adapt to the new norm of learning system. New norm might be inconvenient to a lot of us, but we have no choice. Many are affected, especially the education system, where school and university had to be closed to redesign the best way to enable access to learning for students. And among the closest example we can see is the U-Future system used by the UiTM student. Okay, so UiTM came out with an ideas to make sure no student left behind by putting plans and programs in place for remote learning strategies and ensuring that those strategies reach as many as students as possible. So this U-Future education system has actually been aligned with the situation to facilitate student and the lecturer. Okay, in this system, lecturer can actually provide important information and announcement to the student. Last but not least, as we know that this pandemic has a very significant impact on the learning and assessment experience of the student across the globe. So, since most of these kids and teenagers already know how to use technology, we should take this opportunity and let them use it in a good way. So for those who are in upper secondary school, learning in school is actually clearly not enough. Since the previous generation, most of students will be sent by the parent to extra class to help them understand better. So in this era, there are tuition that is done online, such as MC+. So what is MC+? MC+ is the largest online tuition center in Malaysia, lined up with talented teachers and methods that are easier to understand. This is actually a new norm that helps students not to be left behind.
To continue about the impact of information management on a pandemic COVID-19, I'm going to talk about in work perspective. In order to understand the concept of information management in a work perspective, we have to know why information management is important in a workplace first. So basically, an organization can accomplish a number of objectives through information management. It enhances compliance, lowers risk, and regulates access to crucial corporate data. In addition, information management can lower operating expenses for workplaces. To save money on record keeping. An effective information management system is required. Changes in working life for all individuals are caused by the current situation of COVID-19. So, the concept of going to work is no longer used in the last pandemic era. Such a situation is urging the authorities to implement work from home, where it is a term where an employee uses company-approved resources, policies, and tools to perform job duties from home. Hence, that is why it is considered as one of the most impact that occurred in work perspective of information management. For many people, the transition from working in private home settings like the kitchen table to working in pleasant and designated office spaces has unavoidably resulted in a significant transformation in their experiences and association with works. In an effort to ensure that all of these issues may be solved with the aid of technology, changes in organization, teamwork and co-workers in work-related activities have given rise to technology. Individuals who work from home are also no exception to the result of the negative impact as a result of dependence on technology. It discovered later studies on how domestic workers manage components of their working life or their professional life, such as their social relationship with co-workers through technology, with working remotely, despite the rise in home working. The concept of work from home would not have been possible without the use of the internet and online platforms that were increasingly demanding in the system access. What are the examples that can be seen in ensuring that online platform involvement is involved in ensuring that employees are systematically and organized? As can be seen in the shift of change that occurred to employees who had to work remotely, or better known as work from home, the introduction to communication technology through video conferencing meetings, namely Zoom meeting, has been introduced to all employees. It is considered as an impact that has happened in the pandemic COVID-19 through information management in work perspective. The transition from face-to-face meeting in their respective offices to video conferencing meetings to some extent has had a positive impact in ensuring that employees can interact in completing tasks with their team departments or with each other. Employees no longer have to worry about dark information leaks as they are unable to communicate directly with co-workers. With an online conference meeting such as Zoom, or we can also conclude Google Meet, each employee can interact with their other colleagues and thus ensure that the information that will be conveyed is smooth and easy to understand. And that's all from me. Thank you. And I will pass to the next presenter. Assalamualaikum.
The COVID-19 outbreak has disrupted the reductions and demands for Malaysian exports to the global market. Information managements have to provide an up-to-date information. For examples, in this pandemic era, all information needs to be up to date as all users want to know about the latest information about COVID-19 and economic growth. Information management needs to release all the latest information quickly because it is important at this time in daily life. All the users want to know about the export and import, the market price and taxes. In terms of number of jobs, International Labour Organizations (ILO) has predict as many as 25 million workers will lose their job worldwide. Information management have to play role in gathering data. In this era, all data has to be collected. For examples, the government has to check on which company have to close due to the COVID-19 outbreak. In terms of employment also, it is estimated that 951,000 of people will lose their job. Bank Negara Malaysia also have to make use of information management to gather data to predict the economic growth. It is expected to be around -2.0 to +0.5%. The next economic impact is government has announced a series of economic stimulus package. Information management needs to make full use of current technology. They need to explore each type of social media used by users to keep abreast of developments that can also help information management to channel information to users such as this Prihatin Economic Stimulus Package. Prihatin's economic stimulus package used to help industry directly affected by the COVID-19 outbreak such as in hotels and tourism sectors. Government also have to make use of information management to collect the information about users who have received this Prihatin Economic Stimulus Package.
Good information management is the key to a good society. If the information is managed well, the society will become a community that can interpret and make good use of any information they get. Information management plays a role that is important to produce a better community, moreover when the world was hit by COVID-19 outbreak. I will talk about the importance of information management in the pandemic era of COVID-19. Information management will improve risk management, moreover in the pandemic era of COVID-19. When COVID-19 case in Malaysia increased rapidly from 99 cases to 200 cases within a week and made Malaysians panic, the government took a measure to reduce the widespread anxiety and safeguard citizens' health. The government then developed MySejahtera, an application that assists them to monitor, manage and lessen the COVID-19 spread. This app also will help monitor citizens' health with the health screening features and assist COVID-19 infected citizens in receiving medical care. In the pandemic era of COVID-19 in Malaysia, citizens were required to do health screening every day and were obliged to scan the check-in QR code and scan their body temperature every time they wanted to enter a place. This will help the government to gain data and information about the number of visitors that came to that one place. Also will enable them to locate people that test positive for COVID-19 but didn't do the compulsory quarantine. This effort really helps the government in reducing the risk of increasing cases of COVID-19 in Malaysia. Misinformation occurs every time and everywhere. And if we talk about misinformation that occurs in the pandemic era of COVID-19, there will be a lot of them. So, why is information management be important when we talk about misinformation? Dr. Tedros Adhanom, World Health Organization Director General, stated that they're concerned about the levels of rumors and misinformation that are hampering the response. He said that we're not just fighting an epidemic, we're also fighting an infodemic. Fake news spread faster and more easily than this virus and is just as dangerous. He also added that they have been working with social media like Facebook and Twitter to help prevent the spread of false information and rumors. Crowdsourcing is one of the methods to recognize misinformation during COVID-19 outbreak. A study has been conducted to reveal the effectiveness of crowdsourcing in order to identify misinformation. A group of workers was experimented to study the efficacy of crowdsourcing. The researchers analyzed the group of workers to better understand the process followed by them to verify information and be investigated if they can be exploited to derive useful information. The final result of the experiment shows that the workers are able to identify misinformation contents online and then consult a variety of information sources, including fact-checking and health-related websites to determine the truthfulness of the information. From the research, we get to know that crowdsourcing is one of the best ways in information management to identify misinformation about COVID-19. Information management develops an effective information policy. Countries can effectively utilize information about pandemic COVID-19 and make a good use even if want information about the virus with a clearly defined information policy. So, how does information management develop this policy? By using data-driven strategies. Data-driven means choices are made based on facts rather than intuition. This technique requires researchers to use hard data and facts rather than gut feeling to help make more objective decisions. This policy prioritizes the importance of facts so that every study, every news, and every research related to COVID-19 virus are based on facts only. This virus is a deadly virus, so any decisions that are made by someone's instinct can bring disaster to the world without doing the fact check first. WHO spotted trends and insights of this virus by doing data analytics. Data analytics is a study of examining unprocessed data to draw inference about such information. Many data analytic methods and procedures have been mechanized into mechanical procedures and algorithms that operate on raw information. With this method, health facilities around the world manage to create vaccines for this virus. It may take a long time, in doing research about the virus, but it is worth it as the vaccine does help humans' antibodies in fighting this dangerous virus. So just now, we can see that information management helped humans a lot in the pandemic era of COVID-19, from gathering data of infected people to creating vaccines for this virus. It shows the importance of good information management in the COVID-19 outbreak.
Challenge information management in the era of pandemic COVID-19. First is connecting systems to integrate technologies. Emerging technologies such as IoT, big data analytics, AI, and blockchain can be used to create smart strategies for dealing with the coronavirus-related challenges. Most systems and applications used to combat the pandemic are inadequately interconnected since they were built by various government agencies, health authorities, and groups. To combine these many technologies, rules and systematic efforts are necessary to organize the collection of significant volumes of quality data relevant to coronavirus infections. Number 2 is connecting people with enhanced collaborative tools and IT infrastructures. Teleworking has enabled millions of individuals to relocate from their workplace to their homes. Many sectors profit as knowledge workers learn to function remotely, work from home, and process and store information using cloud services. To deal with the consequences of COVID-19 and future public health emergencies, society must continue to invest in the IT infrastructures and speed digital transformation activities. Lastly, studying human behavior with technologies and the digital device. As more COVID-19 related, the technologies are produced, integrated, and used by governments, companies, and individuals. It's critical to understand human behavior while developing, creating, and utilizing technology. Scholars of information system and technology may help by combining the understanding of human behavior into the design and development of technology, resulting in more effective technology. Information system and technology scholars can investigate how online users share information, how online patient communities should be engaged and incentivized to share information and support COVID-19 patients and caregivers, and how to analyze data to reveal new insights to support policy making for health departments and medical knowledge discovery.
For the conclusion, our research has revealed that modern science has paid little attention to the criteria and principles for ensuring the communicative effectiveness of public authorities. Key issue is the communicative efficiency of digital technologies in the public power system in the face of rising transaction costs in the political market. The communicative efficiency of various forms of management methods at all levels of government in the face of external shocks could be included in the pool. Further research projects in this problem area could include, for example, the establishment of communicative efficacy criteria for anti-crisis political information management at the national and local levels. Thank you.